Hello everyone, welcome to the Flutist Programmer, where code and music meet creativity. And today, I'm going to show you how can you build a portfolio website. So if you are looking for a job and you want to show off your activities or your projects to recent recruiters, this is the right project that you need to build. If you like the video and you want to see more tutorials like this, don't forget that you can help me by hitting the like button, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Also, if you have any questions, don't forget that you can make a post on the comment section and I will be more than happy to help you. Before we dive into the coding session, I'm going to give you a light demo of how the app looks like, so in this way you know what you are going to be building with me. Also, I have a small surprise for you, so if you want to know what is this about, stay tuned until the end of the video because there will be some new stuff on CSS that I'm about to show you. Let's go to the monitor. The app that we are going to be building today is a portfolio website, and as you can see here, we have a menu at the top that says the Flutist Programmer. Then we have 4 nav options. One is about, skills, projects, and contact. And if I hover on each of them, you will see that we have some smooth transition on the border bottom of each link. Then we have a photo of myself here with my flute. And then it says, hi, I am the Flutist Programmer. Of course, all these tests can be changed to whatever you guys want. Then we have here 4 statements that will be changing after a certain time. I think that the time lapse is like 2 or 3 seconds, and then it just move on to the next one. Then we have here a button that says view my work. This would be redirecting you to another section. The next one that we have here is about me, and then here of course you will be putting a brief description of yourself and telling what you do and all that stuff. Then we have the skills, where you will be putting all the skills that you have in order for the people to know what do you do for a living. And then here, if I click on the view my work that we have on the top, we'll be redirected to my projects. And here on my projects, as you see, we have different cards that they have some slight elevation at the top. And basically, here we will be putting all the history of the projects and the companies that we have been working for. And for the last, we have the Getting Tough section, that here is where you will be listing the social networks that you are in. So in this way, the people or the person, the recruiters or whatever person is interested in you, they can reach out to you through any of those links. Good. And for the last, we have the footer that is quite similar to the menu that we have at the top. We have the same 4 links to about projects, email, and LinkedIn. And then we have something at the bottom that says 2025, the Flutist Programmer, designer, and JavaScript with tons of music. Good. So all of this is what we are going to be building today. We are going to do on this lesson lots of CSS. Of course, we have some JavaScript configuration too, but this lesson is going to be more heavy focus on CSS because we will be building also some responsiveness. So if I, for example, here click on Inspect and I want to go to the mobile version, you will see that also we have here another version that is that could be responsive and is adaptive for the mobile resolution. So that's why we are going to be spending more time on the CSS. And the last thing that I wanted to show you is that this part of the mobile resolution wouldn't be possible if we wouldn't be able to use the media queries in this case. So let's go to the coding session because we are going to have fun on this lesson. Let's proceed by creating the folder of the project where we are going to be working. Let's see here. Yes, so the folder is going to be a portfolio website app. That's the name that I decided. And it's going to be on the, in this case, the desktop location as always. After this, we open the text editor of our choice as well as the browser. So as you see here, I already have it open. I have a file here that I already saved into the folder because we are going to need a profile photo in order to put it on the resume. In my case, it's this one with my flute. And now let's proceed to create the 3 necessary files that we need. That, as you know, is index.html. Second one, styles.css. And the last one is going to be script.js. Good. Let's go to the index.html, put the exclamation mark and tap on M abbreviation to generate the dot type. Let me just get this a little bit bigger. Good. Let's also make a right click on the index.html and open with live server extension. Good, guys. So now let's proceed to change the title. Here on the title, we are going to, in my case, I'm going to put the Flutis Programmer Developer Portfolio. Good. I'm going to reference the style sheet that we have on the root location, the style. So let's put a link tag here, and it's going to reference to the styles.css. And as you know, we have the rel here, which is style sheet. Good. Then let's proceed to the body, and on the body we are going to be opening several tags. The first one is going to be a header, and here on the header I want to have a div with a class of logo, and we are going to have here also the Flutis Programmer. Remember that all of these tests you can change it to the one of your choice. In my case, since this is the channel, that's why I'm referencing to my name. Then we are going to have a nav here, which is for the navigation, and we are going to have different href, in this case to reference for the links. The first one is going to be to the about, and we are going to have the same content about. Let me just copy and paste this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay. The second one is going to be skills. Let's put here skills. The third one is going to be projects. Let's put here projects. And the last one is going to be contact. Contact. Yeah, contact. Okay, so now here let's open, then after this we are going to open a button. So let's put here inside the header I want a button, and the button is going to have an ID of toggle nav btn, and the class is going to be menu button. Here we have, it's going to be a hamburger, so I just have the chart here. So as you know, all of these repos you can find it on GitHub, because I'm uploading every time that I have it on the video. So I put all the links to the GitHub repositories on the video description. Good. So now we are done with the header. Let's open another tag, in this case another nav that we need here. So here we are going to put the class of mobile nav. Good. And then I want an ID of mobile nav menu. As you know, for the IDs, these are elements that we are going to be getting later throughout JavaScript. Yeah, so here I'm getting some suggestions from Copilot, so let's just take advantage of it. Yeah, so we have the same here. These are the same links that we have here. Good. And then let's open then section here, section, and this section is going to be the hero. So here on the ID I'm going to put about, and then for the class I'm going to set the class to be content section. Good. Inside of the section I want an h2 that says about me. Here I'm going to open a p tab. I have a text here that I'm just going to copy and paste to speed up this part. Yeah, so basically it's a description of myself, that I'm a developer, blah blah blah, and all the things or a summary that I do. Okay, so after this let's open another section. This section is going to have the ID of skills. Good. And then for the class I want the class to be content section as well, where we are going to have another one, skills section. Good. So inside of here we are going to put the h2 as skills for the heading, and then I'm going to open a div. Div is going to have a class of skills container, so let's put here skills container, and here I have here one of the skills. It's going to have a class of skill tag, and it's going to be HTML5. I have the other skills that basically they are using the same tag, so I'm just going to copy and paste. In the elements that are repeated, I'm just showing you the first element, and then I'm just copying because basically it's the same. So here, as you see, I put CSS3, JavaScript, responsive design, Git, kickoff, web accessibility. Good. So after this, we are going to open another section. That is, let's open another section here, and the ID is going to be for projects. Let's put the spelling correct. Projects. Good. And here I want a class of content section 2, and in this case it's going to be projects section. Good. So inside of here, let's put another h2 for the headings, and it's going to be my projects. Good. And inside of my projects here, next to the h2, I'm going to open a div, and this div is going to have a class of project car. Good. And then inside of this div, we are going to have an h3. This h3 is going to have a content of project title 1. Good. Then we are going to have a p tag of a description of what is this about. So let me just copy the text that I have here because it's not that relevant. So let's put here project title, and then what technologies do you use, and then here I'm going to put an href that I'm going to reference it to number because we don't want to reference to something else. We are just going to mimic that is for another website. And here the target is going to be blank. This means that if when we click on the link, this will be opening a new tab. You will see when we test it on there after we call everything. Good. Then for the class, I want a class to be project link. And for the content of the a tag, I want it to be live demo. Good. And inside of here, I want to put another tag. So let's put here another symbol here, and I want to reference another href here, where we will be putting the href is going to be number 2 because we are not necessarily referencing to a valid URL. Then I want the target to be blank too. Target to be blank. And I want the class to be project link 2, project link. And for the content in this one is going to be GitHub repo. Good. So as you see here, what we just did was a div that is going to have a class of project car, and here in the car we have a heading that is the h3, the p tag, which is for the description, and then we have 2 links. That's everything that we are doing. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste another car that I have here that is quite the same. So yeah, I'm just repeating the same. So let's put here the same car. I'm just repeating 2. I just changed the h3 for the name, but it's quite the same. Okay, so after this we are done with this section. We are going to open another section. So let's set the section tag here, and then I want for the ID to be contact. I want a class of content section. Good. So inside of the div also let's put an h2 that says get in touch. And for the we are going to set up a tag here. For the class, I want to set it to contact CTA, and here I have a brief description. So let me just copy and paste because it's just text, nothing fancy. Okay, and after this we are going to put some social networks or contact links where the persons that are interested can reach out to us. So let's put here a div that is going to have the class of contact links. Good. And here I'm going to open an A tag, and the href is going to be a new thing that we are going to put here, mail to, and then here your email.example.com. So this is for an email. Let me just show you here. Basically what we are doing here is that we are referencing that mail to. This will be opening uh, the mail tool that you have on your computer, on your phone, whatever, where you are watching the website, and this will be opening to the email that you have here. So you just change here to your email, and that's it. So let's put a target here to be blank too, because I wanted to be opening on a new tab. And here let's put inside of the A. Let me see if I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, so for the A, okay, yeah. So inside of the A, I'm going to put an span here. And here the span is going to have the class of icon. And here I have an icon. I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm using these icons from the website of Emojipedia, so yeah, it's not a big deal. As you see here, I have an email, and then it says here email. Good. So I'm going to do the same for other two links that I have here. So I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm just going to explain you. So here, as you see, we have then the link of LinkedIn. So I'm referencing here to the profile. In your case, you just put here, if you have a LinkedIn account, you just put here your link of your profile, and then it will be opening if the user clicks on it. And for the last, in my GitHub repository, you just put here your profile, and that's it. Yeah, good. So let's proceed to the last section that we need for our website. That is going to be the footer. So let's put here footer tag, and inside of the footer I'm going to put a div. We are going to have a class of footer content goods, and then inside of here we are going to have another div that is going to have the class of footer links. And here for the footer links, I want to have several links. So let's put here an href that is going to be to the about. And here let's put about again. I'm going to copy and paste this another 3 times. So yeah, I'm taking advantage of the GitHub Copilot auto-completion, but I need to make some slight changes. So for example, for the about page is this one, then I'm going to reference into the projects here. So let's put here projects. Then for the next one is going to be the email. So I'm just going to copy the href that we have here, the mail to. Let's put it here. Good. And here let's put email. Good. And for the last one is going to be to LinkedIn. So let me just copy the LinkedIn profile here, and we change it to be LinkedIn, as you see here. Yeah, we are good to go. So now after we have this, next to the div that we have for the footer links, I want to open another p tag here. Let's put here the p tag. Here I'm just going to put some like it was a website that has a copyright or something. So I'm just going to copy and paste the text that I have here for this. As you see here, basically what we have here is copyright 2025, the Fluidist Programmer, designed, built with HTML CSS JavaScript and a touch of music. As you know, you guys, I always play the flute on my covers. Good. Yeah, we need to also reference, as you know, before closing the body tag, we are going to open a script tab because we need to reference to the script.js file that we have over there. So let's put here the source to be script.js. Okay, guys, so this concludes the parts of the HTML. Let's proceed right now to the CSS. We are going to have a lot of CSS on this class. Of course, we are going to have also JavaScript, but this one is going to be more focusing on the CSS because we will be styling all of this. So let's continue. Let's start right now with the CSS part, which is going to be a little bit heavy, but yeah, we'll be covering most of the things that we have been doing on previous projects. So this will be like a really go over lesson where we will be applying everything that we have learned so far, and also some new stuff that it won't hurt to be learning. So first here, I want to import some typography. I'm just going to copy and paste. This is another way that we have for importing the fonts. We can import the fonts also, through our CSS too. So what I'm doing here is that, as you see here, I'm importing a font that is from the family Roboto. Here, as you see, family Roboto, and I want the weight of 300, 400, 700, and then I want the family of Monserrat also. So as you see here, we are importing two fonts. Okay. So here now, let's proceed to declare some variables. So I'm going to open the root here. And here for the root, I want to open a color palette. So I'm going to copy and paste the variables that I have here, and I'm going to just explain to you. So in this way, I don't make any errors with the spelling. So first we have a primary color here that we'll be using, a secondary color, an accent color, background light, background dark, text light, and then we have some fonts here. We have the heading font, which is going to be Monserrat, and then if we don't have Monserrat, we are going to be making a fallback to sans serif, which is a pre-installed font. Then we have the body font that is going to be Roboto, and in the case that we don't have Roboto, we are going to be falling back to the same font family, which is sans serif. Good. And then for the spacing, we are going to use some default spacing between the sections. So in this way, they are using the same space. So the padding section is going to be 100 pixels and then 5%. Good. So here, then I'm going to opening the HTML. And this is for the scroll. So let's put here scroll behavior. I want it to be smooth. So this means that when I am, of course, right now you won't be able to see, but when we have more content, and of course it can be covered on the entire screen, that means that we need to use a scroll up or a scroll down, and we want that transition to be smooth. That's why we are using here scroll behavior to be smooth. Then here I want to set some defaults, so let's use the star sign, and here I want to put a margin of 0. So in this way we are getting rid of all the default properties that the browser is setting for us. Then let's put padding of 0.2 and a box sizing of border box. Good. Now I'm going to open style for the body. So here on the body we are going to put font family, and the font family I want it to be for the bar body font. So let's put here bar, and I want to reference the body font. Good. Then I want align height to be 1.6. Good. Then I want a background color to be background light. So let's reference the background light. Good. You see there. And then let's put a color to be a bar 2, and I want to reference to the text dark. So let's put here text dark. Also I want for the scroll behavior I want it to be smooth too. So let's put here scroll behavior to be smooth. But I think that there is not a need because we are referencing on the HTML. So yeah, let's just get rid of it. Good. And now I want some styles for the headings for the H1, H2, and H3. So let's put here H1, H2, and H3. Here what I want is a font family different. We are going to be referencing to the other one, which is Monserrat. So let's put here font family, and then I want the heading font that is Monserrat. So let's put here bar, and then heading font. Good. So you see we have difference on the headings. And then I want a color to be different. So in this way it stands in comparison to the other fonts. So let's put here secondary color. Okay, good. And I want a font weight to be 700. Good. So now we are going to proceed to the header and navigation. Oh, also, let's put here some comments. So in this way, we can go throughout the code and not getting that confused. So I'm just going to put some comments here. I'm going to say here that this is base, styles, and typography. Good. Let me just move this. And now let's do the same here, because we are going to start on a new section. And here I'm going to put, let's put here header and navigation. Yeah, header and navigation. Since we have this lesson that is going to have a lot of CSS, that's why we are separating by sections. Good. So now let's start by defining some styles for the header. And here on the header, I want a background color for secondary color. So let's put here a bar, and I want it to be a secondary color. Good. So you see, is this one at the top. Then I want a padding to be 1 rem and 5%. Good. Then I want a display flex because we are going to be using flexbox. Good. I want a justify content to be space between because I want space between the elements. Good. Then I want align items to be center. Good. I want a position to be sticky. After this, I want a top to be 0, a C index to be 1000. This is if we are using the position of fix, so we will see later. And then I want a box shadow. The box shadow is going to be 0 to pixels, 10 pixels, and then an RGBA that I have here. The RGBA is going to be 0.0.0.01. Good. So now let's put some styles for the logo. So let's reference to the logo class here. And the logo class is going to have a font size of 1.8 rem. Good. Then I want a font weight. I want a font weight to be 700. And for the color, it's going to be I want to reference into the variable of text line. So let's put here variable text line. Good. So you see, is this one here, the Fluidis programmer. Then I want to reference the nav, the links that are inside of the nav. So let's put here to have some specificity, header, nav, and a. And here for the header, nav, and a, I want a color to be bar. I want it to be text line 2. Good. So you see are these ones here that we have. And then let's put here a text decoration none, so we can get rid of those lines at the bottom. So let's put here text decoration none. Good. And then let's put a margin left of 30 pixels. I want a position to be relative. After this, let's put a padding bottom to be 5 pixels. And for the font weight, I want it to be 500. Okay, nice. Yeah, as you see, the price is starting to take some form. And I want also to have some elements after. So let's put here header nav a, and then I'm going to reference into the after here. And here I want for the content is going to be empty. So what we are doing here is that we are setting a position of relative because we are going to put something here that is going to have a position absolute. If we are using position absolute, we need to have a parent element that has the position relative. So in this way, it's going to take this element as reference. You'll see now. So then we are going to have the position of absolute here. Then I want a width to be 0. Good. I want a height to be 2 pixels. Then a background. For the background, we are going to have a bar. We are going to be referencing to the accent color. Here, then I want to have a left of 50%. And I want a bottom to be 0. Good. Then let's put a transition. I want a transition for all the properties, and I want it to apply to 0.3 seconds with is. So this means that anything that we change in a specific status is going to have a transition of 0.3 seconds. Yeah, so after this, I want to also have a transform, and the transform is we are going to translate to the x-axis. So let's put here translate to the x-axis, and I want it to be minus 50%. Okay, good. So now on the hover, let's put here header nav a on the hover, and then for the after that we created here, we want to do something, and we are going to set the width of 100%. So if we hover, you see, this is what we created. So basically it's a line that we have at the bottom. You see, that's why we created this after. So we are setting that line after the nav, and then we are setting to be at the bottom with a left of 50%. And in this way, we are going to positioning the element at the bottom. Good. So for the menu button, let's put here menu button. I want it to be display none. Display none. Good. Yeah, the menu button is the hamburger. This is something that we are going to be displaying when we are on mobile resolution, but we haven't reached out to that part yet. Good. And now I want to set style for the mobile navigation. So let's put here another comment here, and let's put mobile navigation. Good. So let's start here with the mobile nav class, mobile nav. And in the beginning, I don't want it to be on the UI, so these are these links here. So let's put display none. You see, then let's put a flex direction of column. Then I want a background color to be number 1A2 C42. I want a position to be absolute. I want a top to be 64 pixels. Then I want a left to be 0. I want a width to be 100%. I'm going to set a C index. C index is going to be 99A. I want a border top. Border top is going to be 2 pixels solid, and then I want to reference the bar of primary color. So let's put here primary color. Of course, you won't be able to see all these styles because we are not on the mobile resolution. We haven't defined yet media queries. But yeah, we will do it later. You'll see when we progress throughout the lesson. Here we are going to set a box shadow of 0.5 pixels, 10 pixels, and then an RGBA. Let's type it this time of 0.0.0.0.1. Good. So now I want to reference the links that are inside of the mobile nav. So I'm going to reference the mobile nav class and then the A tags that are inside of it. And here we are going to pass a color. I'm going to reference the bar of the text slide because I want it to be white. And then I want a padding to be top and bottom to be 18 pixels, and left and right I want it to be 5%. Good. I want the text decoration none to get rid of the lines on the bottom. Then I want a text align to be let's put here left. Oh yeah, text align. Yeah, text align to be left. And then I want a font size to be 1.1 rem. Let's then put a font weight. The font weight is going to be 500. Then I want a transition to be background. I want a transition for the background color, so let's put background color. And then here I want it to for 0.2 seconds. And I also want another transition for the color, so we are going to be changing if we hover. Let's put here 0.2 seconds. Good. And for the border button, I want to assign something, so let's put here 1 pixels solid and RGBA, and the RGBA is going to be 255, 255, 255, 0.08. Good. So now I'm going to reference the last A tag. So the way that we do is this: mobile, nav, and then A, and I want to get the last child. So this means that I want to get the last element of the A tags inside of the mobile nav class. And here I wanted to set the border bottom to be none because it's the last one. Good. So now I want to assign certain styles for the links when they are on hover or active. So in this way we are covering if we are hovering throughout the links, and also when we are on mobile view we are touching, so we are referencing to a status that is called active. So let's put here mobile nav, and then I want to reference the A on hover status. Let's put a comma here, and I want to do the same for the mobile nav with the A on active. Good. And here I want to change the background color, and we are going to referencing to the primary color. So let's put here bar, and then hyphen primary color here. And for the color I want to reference the background dark, so let's put here bar, and then hyphen background dark. Good. So we have finished the menu of the mobile version. Now we are going to proceed to the hero section, which is this one here. Okay, so let me just verify something on the hero section. Yes, okay. So let's put here profile. For the hero, logo, toggle nav, hero section. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think that we miss a section here. Yeah, we have the skills, get in touch, project, skills, content section, which is about, and hero, about. Yeah, after the mobile we have the about. Oh, okay, yeah. So we are missing an HTML section. Yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. I'm just going to add it right now, of course, and we can continue with the CSS. It will be quick. Yeah, so let's put here after the mobile nav. I'm going to open another section here. Good. Then I'm going to put the ID of hero. Let's put a class of hero section. Yeah, I just realized right now because I was starting to give some classes for the hero, but yeah, but I don't remember adding the hero because we also need to add the profile photo. That's why I just got thoughtful right now. But yeah, this will be really quick. So here on the hero section, I'm going to set an image. The image is going to be the one that I have here on the profile photo. So let's put here dot dash and profile photo. That's my image. We need to style it. So here let's put all let's put here I don't know portfolio image. Good. And then I want a class to be profile photo. Profile photo. We are going to be giving styles to these classes shortly. Then after this, I want to declare an h1. The h1 is going to be hi. I am the Flutis programmer. Good. Then I want to have the p tag. A p tag that we are going to have a class of tagline. I want the ID to be tagline tagline text, and let's put here a passionate web developer. Good. And after this, let's put an href. We are going to be referencing to the projects. So let's put here projects. And for the projects, we are going to put a class of CTA button. So let's put here class of CTA button. Good. And then I want to put in the content view my work. Nice. Yeah, that's all the section. You see that it didn't take that much. Also, yeah, I have some emojis here that I wanted to add because I feel very identified with them. So next to the I'm the Fruities programmer, of course, that you are going to be changing all these tests, we have this here. Good. So yeah, that's me. I'm a passion developer, and then view my work. Good. So now, yeah, I'm going to give some styles to that. So let's go to the CSS right now. And here on the CSS, let's continue. We are going to put another comment here that is going to be, let's put here, hero section. Good. And here for the hero section, let's start with the profile photo, which is the image. The profile photo, here I want to put a width of 226 pixels. And then I want to put a height of 298 pixels. Good. I want to have an object fit of contain. Then after this, I'm going to set a border radius of 50%. So in this way, we get that style, which is like some kind of an ellipse form. Then I want to put some borders. So let's put here border of 5 pixels. Then I want it to be solid, and we are going to be referencing the bar of background dark. So let's put here bar hyphen hyphen background dark. Okay, then I want a box shadow. Box shadow is going to be 0, 0, 0, 5 pixels. And then I want to reference into the bar, and the bar is going to be primary color. Good. For the last, I want a margin bottom to be 30 pixels. Good. So now I'm going to give some styles to the hero section, which is the section. So let's put here hero section. And for the hero section, I want a background to be bar. And here we are going to referencing the variable of background dark, you see there. Then I want a padding. I want a padding to be 150 pixels. Then 5%, and then 100 pixels. Good. After this, I want to have a text align of center. Text align of center. So you see, we center everything. And let's put a mean height of 80 view per high. So it takes the 80% of the available space on the browser resolution. Then I want a display to be flex. Let's put a flex direction to be column. I want a justified content to be on the center, and also I want an align items to be center. So let's put here align items to be on the center. So in this way, as you know, we get the elements to be centered on the x-axis as well as the y-axis. Good. So now I want to give some styles for the h1 inside of the hero section. So let's put here hero section h1. I want it to have a font size of 4 rem. Then I want a margin bottom to be 0.5 rem. I want a color to be referencing to the bar of secondary color. So let's put here bar secondary color. Okay, good. Then let's put a font weight of 702. Okay, so now I'm going to reference into the tagline class. For the tagline, I want a font family to be the body font. So let's put here bar hyphen body font. Then let's put here a font size of 1.8 rem. I want a color of primary color, so let's put here bar hyphen primary color. I want a margin bottom to be 2.5 rem, and the font weight is going to be 300. Good. So now I am going to reference into the CTA button, which is the one that says view my work. So let's put here class of CTA button. And on the CTA button, I wanted to have a display of inline block. Good. Then I want a background color to be referencing to the primary color bar. So let's put here bar hyphen primary color. I want a color to be bar. Let's put the text line. Good. Then after this, I want a padding of 12 pixels and 30 pixels. You know, top and bottom, left and right. Let's put then some text decoration of none to get rid of the lines at the bottom. Good. Then here I want to also put a border radius to be 50 pixels. Good. Then I want a font weight to be 702, and a font size of 1.1 rem. 1.1 rem. And I want to have some transition here. Transition. The transition is going to be for the background color. And I want it to be 0.3 seconds. I want also some transition for the transform, which is going to be 0.2 seconds. And for the box shadow, and it's going to be 0.3 seconds. Excellent. Now I want to assign some box shadow, so let's put here box shadow. It's going to be 0, 4 pixels, then 10 pixels, and an RGBA that is going to be 0, 119, then 182, and then 0.3. Good. And after this, I want to assign some styles when we are hovering the button. So let's put here CTA button on hover status. And here on the hover, let's put a background color that we are going to be referencing to the accent color bar. Good. And then I want a transform to be translate. We are going to translate on the y-axis because we want to have some slight elevation, and we are going to have it an elevation of 2 pixels. Then I want a box shadow, and this box shadow is going to be 0, 6 pixels, 15 pixels, and then an RGBA of let's put here 0, 180, then 216, 0.4. So if we hover over the button, you see we have some slight elevation. Also, we are changing the background color to the accent color. Good. So now we are going to go to the content section. So let's put here another comment. So you see we are dividing everything by comments. So we are able to go through how the code we have any issues. So let's put here content section. Good. So here, let's put for the content section, which is a class that we are using across most all the sections. Let's put here a padding. I want to be referencing to the padding space that we have at the top. So let's put here padding section. So you see now we have the same space on all the sections. Then I want a max width to be 1200 pixels. Good. And then I want a margin to be 0 and auto. Excellent. Then for the last child of the content section, let's put here content section, and then I want to reference into the I want to reference into the nth child. In this case, the ones that are even. Yeah, in this case we are looping through all the elements that have the class of content section, but the ones that are even. So in here I want to set the background color to be referencing to the background light. So let's put here bar, and here we are going to reference into the background light. Excellent. Then after this, I want to set some styles for the H2. We are going to override, well, not override, but we are giving some specific styles for the H2. So let's put here on the font size, 2.5 rem. Then let's put a margin bottom of 40 pixels. Good. Then I want a position to be relative. Excellent. Then I want a text align to be center, and for the last, let's put a padding bottom to be 10 pixels. Good. I want to set something for the after of the H2, so let's put here H2, and then let's reference to the after. We want the content to be empty, so let's put an empty here. Then the position of absolute, because we declare the position relative on the H2, so let's put here absolute. Then I want a width to be 60 pixels. Good. I want a height to be 3 pixels. I want for the background. For the background, I want it to be referencing to the primary color, so let's put here bar hyphen primary color. So you see these variables are very handy because we are just reusing them. There has just been some specific scenarios where we are using new colors because it's for specific exceptions. Here for the left, 50%. I want for the bottom to be 0. Excellent. Then we want a transform. The transform we are going to be translating to the x-axis. So let's put here translate x, and it's going to be minus 50%. And for the border radius, we want it to be 5 pixels. Okay, so you see we are referencing to the H2 headings on the after. And now we want to referencing to the about section. For the P tag, I want to have a max width of 800 pixels. Then I want a margin to be 0 and auto. Good. I want a text align to be center, and font size to be 1.1 rem. Excellent. So after this, let's proceed to the skills section, which is this one here. Excellent. So let's put another comment here that is going to be let me just change this to be skills section. Okay, so for the skills here, let's put some styles for the skills container. So skills container, for the skills container is going to be flexbox, so display flex. Then I want to have a flex grab to be in this case grab, because if we are on mobile, we wanted to take the available space that it has. Then I want justify content to be on the center, and I want a gap between each of the elements to be 12 pixels. So let's put here gap of 12 pixels. So you see we have some space between each of it. Then after this, we are going to be referencing to the skill tag, which is every skill that we have here. We want to set a background color to be referencing to the background dark. So let's put here bar and then background dark. Then let's put here for the color, we are going to be referencing to the secondary color. So bar secondary color. Excellent. Then I want a border to be 1 pixel solid, and the bar is going to be primary color. I want a padding. The padding is going to be 10 pixels top and bottom, and then it's going to be 20 pixels left and right. I want a border radius to be 4 pixels. I want a font size to be 1 rem. I want a font weight. The font weight is going to be 500. And I want some transition. The transition is going to be for the background color, 0.3 seconds. And then I also want for the color, again time, 0.3 seconds. And I want also for the transform, that is going to be, in this case, 0.2 seconds. Excellent. So now we are going to reference to the skill tag, but I want to be on hover state. So let's put here hover. For the hover, I want to change the background color, and we are going to be referencing to the primary color. So let's put bar hyphen hyphen primary color. Then I want to change the color to be let's put here white. Yeah, let's put here white. Then I want a transform. We are going to translate to the y-axis, so we are going to have also elevation here. Translate on the y-axis is going to be -3 pixels. And for the box shadow, we are going to set 0.4 pixels, and then 8 pixels, and RGBA of let's put here 0.0. Yeah, the same. So you see now, if we hover, you see guys, we have that elevation. It looks really fancy and awesome. Excellent. So now we are going to go to the projects section. So let's now put here another comment. Project section. Excellent. Let's start for the project section class. Projects section. Here on the project section, we are going to have a display of grid. This is another way, is an alternative way of the Flexbox container. It also helps us to have a better, I would say, organization of the elements as well as the layout when it is adapting throughout the different resolutions from, in this case, from desktop to mobile resolution. So here I want to have a grid template columns to be repeat. And here on the repeat, inside of the repeat, let's put auto fit, and I want to make max of 320 pixels, one frame. Good. Okay, so I want a gap to be I want a gap of 40 pixels. So let's put here the gap, as you know, is the space. I want a gap of 40 pixels, and then I want a padding top to be 20 pixels. Good. So now let's proceed to the project car. Project car. Here let's put background color is going to be bar, and then we are going to reference into the background dark. Then here let's put padding. For the padding, we want it to be 30 pixels. Then we want our border radius to be 10 pixels. I want a box shadow. Box shadow is going to be 0.5 pixels, 15 pixels, and RGBA of 0.0.1. I want some transition here as well, so we are going to have for the transform and the box shadow. So yeah, it's going to be the same. And then I want some border left to be 5 pixels solid. On the bar, we are going to reference into the primary color. Excellent. Here for the project car, I want on the hover state. So let's put here project car on hover state. On hover state, I want to transform and translate to the y-axis. As you see, we are doing elevations on the y-axis almost for all the elements where we hover on the portfolio website. So let's put here box shadow, and the box shadow is going to be 0, 10 pixels, then 20 pixels, and RGBA of 0.15. So it's going to be 0.15. Excellent. And then for the project car, the headings and the H3. So let's put here project car H3. We are going to set a margin button. The margin button is going to be 10 pixels. Then I want a font size. Font size is going to be 1.5 rem. Good. And then I want a color to be with the variable, let's reference to the accent color. Good. So now for the project car and the P, we want to have a margin button of 10 pixels is okay. Then let's put a font size. The font size is going to be 1.5 rem. And for the color, I want to reference into the bar of accent. No. So margin bottom. Oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry, I got confused here. Yeah, no. Let me just redo it again. This part here. I want a margin bottom to be 15 pixels, and then a font size to be 0.95 rem. Yeah, that looks as I was expecting. Perfect. So now let's proceed to the project links that we have here. So let's put here class of project link hyphen link, and I want a display to be inline block. Then I want a color to be referencing to the bar of primary color. I want a text decoration to be none. Excellent. Then I want a font weight. The font weight is going to be 500. I want a margin right because we have two, so let's put margin right to be 20 pixels. Let's put a transition, and the transition is going to be for the color, and we want it to be 0.2 with this. Good. Oh yeah, so I forgot here the S. Thank you, GitHub Copilot. Now, so let's put here, we want to reference the project link class on hover, so let's put project link on hover. I want to change the color and the text decoration, so let's put here color. We want to reference into the secondary color. Excellent. And then I want text decoration to be underlined. So if we hover, you see, yeah, we change the color as well as the text decoration that we want it to be underlined as it is original by default on the A tags. So now we want then to set let's put here the contact and the footer. So right now let's put here contact section and footer. Okay, yeah, let me just, yeah, that looks better. Okay, so now for the contact, let's put contact CTA. Contact CTA, I want to have a max width of 700 pixels. Then I want a margin to be 0 auto, then 30 pixels. Then I want a text align to be center. I want a font size to be 1.15 rem. I want a font weight. The font weight is going to be 300. And for color, let's put here bar, and we want to reference into the text dark. Excellent. So after this, I want to give some style for the contact links. So let's put contact links. For the contact links here, I want a text align to be center. Then I want a margin top. Margin top is going to be 30 pixels. Then I want to display flex box on the container, display flex, justify content to be on the center. I want a flex grab to grab, so this is for the mobile resolution. And then I want a gap of 15 pixels too. Okay, nice. So now I want to reference the A tags inside of the contact link. So let's put here contact links A tag. For the A tag, I want to display flex. Then I want align items to be on the center. I want a background color to be referencing to the primary color. So let's put here bar hyphen primary color. And then I want a color to be white. Let's get rid of the underline. So let's put text decoration to be none. Then I want a font size. Font size is going to be 1.1 rem. For the padding, I want a padding of 12 pixels and then 25 pixels, top and bottom, left and right, as you know. Then I want a border radius. Border radius is going to be 5 pixels. After the border radius, let's put a font weight of 500 in this case. I want some transition because we are going to be doing something on hover too. So let's put transition for the background color of 0.3 seconds. And also I want it for the transform. So let's put here transform 0.2 seconds. Excellent. So here then I want for the box shadow, and the box shadow is going to be 0.4 pixels, 8 pixels, and then RGBA. Oh yeah, RGBA, and 0.0.0.0.1. Good. Now I want referencing to the contact links and A, but on hover state. So let's put here this, and then add in the hover. And on the hover, I want to change the background color. The background color is going to be referencing to the accent color. So let's put here accent color. Excellent. Then I want the transform to be on the y-axis. So let's put here translate on the y-axis, and I want to transfer in a -2 pixels. Excellent. And then I want a box shadow. Box shadow is going to be 0.6 pixels, 12 pixels, and an RGBA. RGBA is 0.0.0, and then 0.15. Excellent. Then for the icons, which are this, I want to do something else. So let's put here contact links A, and then the icon class. And here I want to set a font size to be of 1.2 rem. Then I want a margin right. The margin right is going to be 8 pixels. Excellent. So yeah, we are done with this part here, and now I want to give styles for the footer. We are almost at the end. Well, not at the end, because we also need to give some responsiveness for the mobile resolution. So we are going to do that after we get done with the footer. So here on the footer, let's put here a let's put here footer. And here for the footer, I want to reference the footer tag. On here the footer, let's put a background color of bar, and then let's reference to the secondary color. Then for the color here, I want to set a bar with for the text line. So let's put here text line. I want a text align to be center. Excellent. Then I want a padding. Padding is going to be 30 pixels of top and bottom, and then 5% on left and right. After this, let's put a font size. Let's put a font size of 1 rem. Border top of 5 pixels solid, and the bar of primary color. Good. Now we want to give some style for the footer content. So footer content. And here for the footer content, we want to have a max width of 1200 pixels. Then we want to have some margin that is going to be 0 and auto. Excellent. Then we want to give some styles for the footer links. So let's put here the class of footer links. And the footer links, I want a margin bottom to be 15 pixels. Sorry. Then I want a padding bottom to be 15 pixels too. For the border bottom, I want to have 1 pixel solid RGBA, and here 255, 255, 255, and then 0.1. Now I want to reference the A tags that we have inside of the footer link. So let's put here footer links A. And for the let's put here a color, and we are going to be referencing to the accent color. So let's put here bar accent color, then text decoration to be none. Good. So then I want a margin, the margin to be 0.15 pixels. I want a font weight, the font weight is going to be 500, and a transition of color with 0.2 seconds. I want to add this, yeah, why not? After this, I want to have for the footer links, the A and the hover status. And here for the hover, let's put color. I want to reference to the primary color. Excellent. And I want to have some styles for the copyright. So yeah, let me just see something for the links. Yeah, I think that they look okay. I could be setting a white as here, but yeah, let's leave it as blue. So in this way, it differentiates a little bit from the header at the top. Yeah, good. Then for the footer here, let's put footer P, and I want a font size of 0.9 rem, and a color is another IGBA. I'm going to use copy and paste. That's it. Excellent. And now the part that I was saying that is completely new is we are going to be using media queries. What are the media queries? So if we want to have responsive styles, we need to use some media queries in order to determine what is the resolution that we are using. So let's put here, yeah, this was an auto completion by GitHub Copilot that I don't want it. So let's put here media, and then I want to reference the media or the resolution until it has a max width of 768 pixels. So what this means is that starting from 0 until 768 pixels, I want to apply these styles. If it reach out to the 769 pixels and onward, that means that we are not going to be applying these styles, because these styles are for mobile. So here I want to the class, well, the header tab and the nav, I wanted to have a display none. And why? Because we are going to be displaying the hamburger menu that we previously hide at the time of doing the CSS in the beginning. So here we are going to referencing the menu button, which is the hamburger, and I want it to be on display block. And I wanted to have a font size of 2 rem. Excellent. Then for the hero section, here, I want to have a padding of 100 pixels, then 5%, and then 70 pixels. Excellent. Then for the hero section heading, the H1, hero section H1, I want to have a font size of 3 rem. Good. Then I want to reference the tagline. We are going to have a font size of 1.5 rem. Excellent. Then I want an H2. The H2 is going to have a font size of 2 rem. we want also to give some styles for the project section. So as you see here, we are making some minor changes, because all we just care is that we want to change certain things that were not going to be looking great if we were on mobile resolution. That's why we are doing this. So grid template, this is for the grid template columns. I want it to be one fraction. Then for the content section, here, I wanted to have a padding of 60 pixels and then 5%. Excellent. And then for the profile photo, I want a width to be 173 pixels, then a height to be 227 pixels, and a margin bottom to be 20 pixels. Excellent. Now I want to have some other media queries that we need. So for example, let's put here a media, and the mean width, in this case, the mean width is going to be 769. So this means that we are pointing for the resolution to be a minimum width of 769 and onward. So everything that is starting from 769 or greater is going to be applicable inside of this media query. And I want the mobile nav to be display non-important. And why? Because we are entering again to desktop. That's why we don't want to see the hamburger menu anymore if we are on 769 pixels and onwards. And then we want to assign some media for max width, and the max width I want is for 600 pixels. So as you know, everything that is lower or equal than 6 pixels is going to be entering on this media query, and I want to do something for the contact links. So for the contact links, I want to do some flex direction to be column. Good. And then I want to have line items to be stretch. This means that makes the links to take the full width, you will see. Then I want a max width to be 300 pixels. I want a margin left. Margin left is going to be auto, and the margin right is going to be auto. Excellent, guys. So yeah, I know that it was heavy and we did like lots and lots of CSS, but it's really worth it because you see, this is how the website looks like. So now, for example, if I want to see this on mobile, let's make some right click and then click on inspect. And now we just do here on the computer that you see here, and we can manipulate the resolution. So for example, here let's put responsive, and you see this is mobile. So let's put the change to Galaxy S9. Let's change to this is for the resolution of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. As you see, this is a hamburger menu that, of course, we haven't reached out to the part of the JavaScript that we are about to jump into that. And the JavaScript is going to allowing us to be opening this menu here on the mobile resolution. But I just wanted you to see how it looks like. Looks really great, isn't it? Okay, so this concludes the part of the CSS. Let's jump right now to the script.js. Let's start by opening document and then add event listener, and we are going to add an event listener for the DOMContentLoaded. So this means that we are going to wait until all the elements are completely loaded on the on the DOM structure. Then we are going to do a callback here. And let's do something. First, let's put some comments here. The one is going to be mobile navigation toggle logic. Good. So let's create accounts. It's going to be toggle nav btm for the button, and we are going to get the element document.get element by ID, and we are going to get the button of toggle nav btn. Good. Then we want to get the mobile nav menu, so mobile nav menu is going to be equal to document.get element by ID, and I want to get the mobile nav menu. Excellent. So now we are going to declare an is conditional here. Let's put so if toggle nav btm mobile nav menu, so that means that if they are present, we are going to add an event listener to the toggle nav button. So toggle nav button, add event listener. We are going to listen for the event of click, and then we are going to execute a callback function to do something here. See here inside of here, we are going to put a comment that says toggle the display of the mobile navigation menu. There you go. Here, so let's determine if it is hidden or not. So let's put cons is hidden, and we are going to do ternary operators. So, oh no, we are going to use another operator better. Yeah. So mobile nav menu dot style dot display. So we are going to determine if it is hidden or not. So if the mobile menu has a display none, that means that is hidden. So if this is true, or mobile nav menu dot style dot display is equal to empty, that means that we have we know that is hidden. Okay, so and then here we are going to make let me just get rid of this, and let's put here mobile nav menu dot style dot display. If it is hidden, that means that I want to be on flex, and if not, I want it to be on none. Yeah, that looks correct. Okay, so now let's do then we are going to put a comment here, change button let's put here change button text for better UX. So let's put here toggle nav btn text content, and we are going to put here let's determine if it is hidden. If it is hidden, we are going to show an X sign, and in the case that it is not hidden, we are going to be showing the hamburger. So let's put here the hamburger. There you go. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, let me just put this X on lowercase. Good. Yeah, that could be better. Another one. Okay, so now after we assign the event listener of the toggle nav button here, we are going to make another comment here and says close the mobile menu when a link is clicked. Good. So cons mobile links is going to be equal to mobile nav menu, and then query selector all. I want to select all the tags that are links, so that's why I'm referencing to A. Excellent. Then I want to for each all the mobile links, so mobile links dot for each. I want to do something on every link, so let's put here link and then the callback. On every link I want to add an event listener, so let's put here link dot add event listener. We are going to be listening for the click. Good. And then I want to do a callback function to do something with each link. Excellent. I want the mobile nav menu dot style dot display. I want it to be none. Good. And then I want to toggle nav btn text content to be hamburger too. Excellent. Okay, so now we are going to proceed to in this case add some simple dynamic tests for this part here of the passionate web developer. So let's do that. Let's put here another comment. Add simple dynamic text effect. So let's put here const tagline element is going to be equal to document.get element by ID, and let's put here the tagline text. So tagline hyphen text. Then we are going to reference. We are going to create the 4 statements that we are going to be using. I'm just going to copy and paste this part because yeah, doesn't make sense to be creating from scratch. Everything that I'm doing here is just creating a const variable with X array. The array is going to have 4 indexes, and you see you have 4 statements. So these statements are going to be iterated one by one, and those ones are going to be showing one by one here. So let's proceed to add the logic. Let's put here let tagline index is going to be equal to 0, because as you know, on the arrays we start always with the index of 0. And then let's put here if tagline element, so that means if the element exists. Let's do something here. We are going to set interval here. We are going to have a callback inside of the interval, and I want the interval to be executing every 4 seconds. So 1 second is equal to 1000 milliseconds, so that's why we are putting here to reference for 4 seconds to be 4000. Inside of here I want to let's put here a comment cycle through the taglines every 4 seconds. Excellent. Then I want the tagline index is going to be equal to, let's put here a parenthesis, tagline index +1, and I want to have a mod of the taglines dot length. Good. And then tagline element dot text content is going to be equal to taglines, and then here tagline index. And so if we do this, you see that we are able to change every 4 seconds the text that we see here. Awesome, guys. And also if I want to test the hamburger, you see that is changing. Let's put here, let's change the X to be yeah, the X normal, this one. Let me see. Good. So as you see, this is how it looks like the portfolio website. So now, for example, if I click on view my work, you see that we have some smooth transition over there, and we are being redirected to the project section. Then get in touch. We have the links here about this. If I click on about, we are going to be referencing to the about section. And if I click here on view my work, we are referenced again to the project section. Another thing that I wanted to show you is that, again, if we go back to the mobile resolution, you see that everything is adaptable to that part. And yeah, guys, this is all the portfolio. I hope that you have liked this lesson. I know that it was quite long, but as you see, we focus a lot on the CSS in this lesson because we install like a lot of HTML elements. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you want to continue learning, you can see more of my videos on this area here. Also, let me know your opinions about what you think of this current lesson on the comment section below. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye.